Oh, there we go. Hello everyone and welcome to a different kind of Jurassic World Evolution 3 stream. Groundbreaking, I know. But thank you very much for joining. Normally, what we do on this channel every single Saturday is we spend 2 hours building a park in Jurassic World Evolution 3. The current project is, of course, Mesozoic Mountain. But with the first DLC, as you can see on screen right now, with the first DLC and new free update releasing this Tuesday, I thought we had enough to talk about. I thought I would just focus on the chat. Also, I'm very sleepy, so that also goes into it. Shh, don't tell anyone. So yeah, in this stream, we're just gonna be talking about what we think of the DLC. Well, it's mostly gonna be about what you guys think of the DLC, right? I've been doing a lot of talking this week already. Too much talking, too much Evo. So it's going to be a lot about what you guys think of the DLC and the free updates and what your hopes are for the future of the stream. Maybe, you know, get some fun ideas out there, stuff like that. I'm sorry for ignoring you guys just for a little bit longer. Before I say hello to you lovely folks, I have 2 very important things at the start of this stream. So, pay attention. 2 things. First and foremost, if you've kept up with all the news videos on the channel this week, there is not going to be any new footage or new information in this stream, and also no super secret gameplay or anything like that. There's nothing new in this stream if you've been watching the videos this week. I wouldn't make you sit through a stream just to get some news. We are literally just chatting. So, you know, if you're up to date and you're not interested in chatting, peace be with you, and I will see you on Tuesday for the big showcase. The second thing I want to say, if the lack of building today disappoints you, I have good news for you. Because next week, on Saturday the 13th, I will be live playing Jurassic World Evolution 3 all day for 13 hours long. I will be playing Jurassic World Evolution 3. 13 hours on the 13th. That's easy enough to remember. You can pop in whenever you feel like, for as long as you feel like. The point is, I'm there all day. You don't have to be. You can just join in whenever you feel like. Come say hello and hang out. Speaking of hang out, that's what we're gonna do right now. Not for 13 hours though. Alright, so here we go. As always, I want to thank the Blue Ant crew first and foremost. I see Sammy L. I'm pretty sure I saw Fletcher flying on by. Let me see. We have Guillermo Marquez, as always, of course. Looks like that might be the crew of the day. But of course, I'm also in chat today. Be afraid. Very, very afraid. Some of the Green Name Army I'm seeing right now. Sean Universe, hey! Oh, that excites me very much. Love to keep you company for that. Spino Guy, Lightyear Prime is joining in. Your average Milo drinker. We have Melissa Berendsen. I nailed it with the Dutch pronunciation. Yes, as a Dutch person, I'm very proud of myself when I speak Dutch correctly. Monatalia, Robert is here. Matthew UK. Look, it's not an Evo stream if I don't roast myself a little bit, okay? The Dancing Dilo is joining in. Moderator Evo. You have to be so afraid. You have no idea. Oh god, I clicked on something. Hold on 1 second. Eep, what did I do? Oh, there you go. Legacy Christie, thank you so much. I will be lurking. I'm putting up my Christmas tree. Oh, speaking of things that I'd love to keep people company for, that is awesome. Heck, yeah. Hold on, let me get you a hug. It's not very festive, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, no, hold on. That's not gonna work. Oh, hold on. 1 second. Obviously, because I'm playing... Hold on. I need to drag this video down so many layers in OBS. It's a little embarrassing. Hold on, I'm nearly there. I promise you. I'm so well prepared. Hold on, I need to turn that off. I'm still going. I need to bury it below the clips, but the clips are quite low in the hierarchy here. You don't need to know this. I'm still telling you, though. Look, this is kind of my job, isn't it? Filling the awkward silence. Okay, I'm nearly there. I'm at the clips. There, nailed it. All right, now we're ready for the hug. Huh. There you go. I should have done that before the stream, you know, if I was a planner. Thank you so much, Legacy Christie. And yeah, have fun decorating your Christmas tree. Very professional. Hey, Elgis, thank you so much. That's super sweet. Yahoo! Yahoo! Alright, some other folks joining in today. I see Hungarius, we have Ricky, Bohazirups. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be mispronouncing literally everybody's name. Hey, that Wild Wolf. We also have the Virtual Virtuoso, Basil Boys here. Torian is joining in. Heck yeah, welcome. Wraith, you're on. We have CJ Rab, we have Aaron, Tura Music, Xenon has joined in, T-Rex1985, hello, Evolution Circle, there you are, I saw your comment earlier that you'll be joining, welcome, welcome. So, yeah, I guess, what should we start talking about? Like I said, I didn't plan this stream. This stream is very much, an emergency situation, honestly. Look, I figured it out for myself. As a YouTuber, I don't work hard. That's literally impossible. Being a YouTuber isn't hard. You know, stuff like being a nurse is hard. Being a teacher is hard. YouTubers don't work hard. But I do work a lot, especially this week. I have been editing so many videos, and it has taken a toll. So, yeah, I'm way too fried. So we're just gonna be chatting, and I didn't really set up like any sort of order to this. So what should we start with? Like, I guess we'll start just talking about the DLC, right? Let's start with that. And I have already run a poll on the channel about what everyone's favorite dinosaur is. So how about we do a different kind of poll? Oh, the scenery. Okay, so the scenery items were all revealed today, right? So what do you think of the scenery items and blueprints? For me, the blueprints are really excellent. Spoiler alert, I guess. How am I gonna do this? Let's do a rating. So we'll do 1 to 2. Can I do emoji here? I don't think so. 1 to 2 stars. 3 stars. Oh, hold on. I'm a professional. Here, 1 out of 5 or 2. Talk amongst yourself. I'm such a mess. And that's the thing, I can't hide it when it's just a chatting stream, right? So maybe this was a bad idea after all, but oh well, we live and learn. There you go, nailed it. Alright, so... Sure, I'm a little sad that I can't do emoji in here. Maybe I can, but... Alright, so what do we think of the scenery items? Like... Are you gonna be using them a lot? Hey, Luminescent, thanks so much for becoming a chaotician. Are we past 100 likes? We are way past 100 likes. Oh my god, Ian, come over here. Do your duty. Duty is... Oh, stop it right now. There you go. He's very happy about that. Yeah, thank you so much for the likes, guys. Also, thank you so much for all of the support on the channel this week. I know it's been a lot of videos. I apologize, but that's just the strategy Frontier has gone for. Really, really spreading it out this time around. Alpinosaur says Oshiraptor is my favorite. From the poll, predominantly people chose Irritator. I was actually surprised that Oshiraptor was way behind. I thought those would be closer together, honestly. Torian says scenery. I'm hella hyped for. The scenery looks great, and I already have so many plans. As a deep south girl at heart, born in the backwoods of Georgia, it feels homey to me. yeah, the fish bucket feels homey. I'm just making a joke. Oh god. Sean Universe, what was it like when the pack was first announced and you saw people crying croc when you knew there was in fact no croc? I was a little concerned. Because and people I'm gonna say something that gets me into trouble, but all of the people who are like, y'all were just gaslighting yourself. A croc makes no sense. No, a croc literally makes sense in a wetlands pack. It is literally the first thing that comes to mind when you think of wetlands. Shush. So, when they announced the wetlands pack, I was like, okay, Irritator, amazing, beautiful, lovely. But I knew that they were gonna be announcing the Hipsy last. So I knew, okay, we have 3 days ahead of us where people are gonna be like, it's gonna be a croc. It's gonna be a croc. It's gonna be a croc. And obviously we couldn't say anything. I tried to give as much information as possible, you know, to sort of curb expectations. So yeah, I did dread the Hipsy reveal because the Hipsy reveal ruled out a croc, right? But honestly, the response to Hipsy was surprisingly positive. So honestly, I think the community didn't take it anywhere near as bad as I was worried about, to be fair. I really think that for a lot of people, there's disappointment that there's no croc, but people were really, really happy with Hipsy predominantly. Hold on, I'm missing something. Jurassic Studios, hey, thank you so much. Let's get a dancing dino in here, heck yeah. Sorry. I still laugh at that thing. Hello, Evo. Sad there's no croc in the Wetlands pack, but you know, Frontier needs to cook more to please the fan base, and I can't wait if they do decide to add crocs in the game. I'm still team croc. I still think it's possible, and I will continue to think it is possible. But as I talked about in my Hipsy video, I understand why we didn't get a croc first and foremost. I think it would have been peak, but I understand why they didn't. Hold on, let's see how this poll is going with the scenery items. Okay, so what I'm seeing here, I would agree personally. Okay, so how would I phrase this? I would also rate it 4 out of 5, and the reason for that, initially I wasn't very excited, by the way, about the scenery items, but when I saw them all on the website, I was like, yeah, that's okay. I get the vibe. So I would also rate it 4 out of 5, because I think a lot of effort went into the blueprints specifically. I really like the blueprints, and there are a fair amount of like versatile, usable pieces in the scenery pack, right? Like all of the different ropes, all of the different posts, the wooden floorboards. I think it's pretty useful. I wouldn't rate it 5 out of 5, and that's just because I like building pretty parks, so this is very thematic, and, you know, a lot of these blueprints I would chuck into, you know, an irritator habitat once in a while, but, you know, that's sort of my stance on it. I don't think I have an issue with the scenery items, like, from an objective standpoint. It's just subjectively, it's not my most wanted theme, I guess, you know? Yeah, Fletcher says it best. It's very thematic to a very specific look. So, it's a little less versatile for someone like me who likes building pretty. Consumerism, capitalism, you know, that sort of vibe. But I'm really curious about... like, for example, people who rated 1 out of 5 or 2 out of 5. I'm really interested in, like, getting that perspective of it. Not to like, call you out or, like, you have to justify your opinion. But, you know, since it is the minority opinion, I just want to give that, like, a platform. Like, why do you have it quite low? And really no judgment, because I get it. Bittersweet, in the meantime, are we getting custom challenge mode back anytime soon, you think? As far as, I don't know. Obviously, you know, as far as inside information goes, I don't have a lot anymore. I've spilled most of it. It's something that, honestly, I don't see a lot of people ask for, so I don't know if custom challenge modes is on their radar as something to work on. Free-to-play gamer says, for me, when I imagine a dinosaur park I'd love to visit, it would not be dilapidated and swamp-themed. Yeah, fair. I totally get that. Yeah. Cats Rock says, I gave it 1.5, or 1 out of 5, I'm guessing, just because it's not my style and I don't see myself using it personally. Okay, so yeah, the same as where I'm going. I'm just rating it 4 out of 5 for the couple of times that I will be using it. Maybe I'm being very, very generous. Maybe I'm not being critical enough, but, you know. I do think that, you know, the handful of habitats I'll be building with, like, these buildings in the background are gonna be vibey as heck. You know, so I'm just like, eh. Aquaflame, Evo, if you could add a non-croc creature to the Wetlands pack, what would you add? Oh, that's actually, Aquaflame, that's actually a question I wanna, like, bounce back to you guys. Because it has been really interesting to see over the course of, like, the 3 days with all of the speculation, which I thought was really fun, by the way. Like, saving Hipsy for last, that was risky, but I thought it was really fun the way they did it. Let me know what you guys think. If you liked the whole, you know, waiting for the next reveal. But as that was happening, as people were speculating, I saw a lot of really, like, fun and creative suggestions, like, that would add something quite unique to the game. I cannot pronounce the name. But you guys will know what I'm talking about. My favorite suggestion from the community that I saw coming on by was the little ankylosaurid that has sort of been speculated to be able to swim. It starts with an L. It's a very Chinese name. I can visualize it, but I cannot say it. But that, I think, would have been really cool. Like a swimming ankylosaurid. That would have been super, super cute. I see Aquaflame saying Bepiosaurus. Oh yes, Xander, there you go. So yeah. But you guys get it, and you can see it in chat now. I don't know how to pronounce that. That being said, I don't know how to pronounce many things, so, you know. But I thought that one was a really, really fun guess. And BP would have been fun as well. But as I said in my Hipsy video, I probably would have gone with a herbivore, just to balance it out, you know? Alright, let's see. Carpentry says Titanoboa would have been cool. Yeah, Titanoboa would have been very, very cool. I am still gonna be doing a video on how I would have made the DLC. I've been talking about it quite a lot during this week, because it was just a big coincidence. I was working on a video that was going to be like my perfect pack, and it was going to be a semi-aquatics pack, and then Frontier tapped us on the shoulder and was like, hey, look at this. And I was like, oh, okay, well, that video is now scrapped, I guess. That's cool. But I think I'm gonna repurpose it and still talk about how I would have done the pack. And I'm not gonna... I can't give away all my picks. But there would have been a Titanoboa, yeah. That would have been really cool. My pack would have been way bigger, though. My pack really would have gone with the Planet Zoo thing of, like, 7-8 animals. Hello, Joel Loves Dinos. Welcome. I also saw another suggestion I saw a lot is Lurdosaurus. I thought that would have been pretty fun as well. Iron Blood Angel, do you think we'll get a dedicated Croc DLC? I actually don't. That's another video I want to make, actually. Which is basically just gonna be, like, brainstorm title, we need to talk about Crocs. I am a poetic genius. So a lot of my thoughts about Crocs are gonna be, you know, scripted and put out into the world in a more cohesive manner. But to answer your question specifically, which is something that I also intend to talk about in this video, do I think we'll get a Croc dedicated DLC? No, I don't. I think what's gonna happen is we're gonna get, or what I'm hoping will happen, right, is we're gonna get an African DLC or a South American DLC that's gonna include a Sarcosuchus, you know, because Sarcosuchus was part of, you know, part of the world that split into Africa and South America. You guys get it. So, you know, Sarcosuchus, they could just put into a pack like that. And I think that's the way I see it happening now. Because I do think they're gonna do the Planet Zoo thing where each DLC is gonna be themed after a region or biome. That's my suspicion, at least. Because they seem to be taking quite a bit of inspiration from Planet Zoo, to be fair. The Theropod Hunter, thank you so much. Sticking with the classic 4 per pack, my ideal Wetlands pack would have been any Spinosaurid, Tanistropheus. I also had that, yeah. My pack wouldn't have been Wetlands, though. My pack would have been semi-aquatics. Proterosuchus and Halscaraptor. Halscaraptor I've been seeing a lot as well. Yeah. Thank you so much for the super chat, by the way. I really appreciate that. Jurassic John says, I made a South America pack concept that was kind of similar to the Wetlands pack, except instead of Irritator, I added Oxalia and Saltosaurus. I did have Osteoraptor, though. Yeah, that's a good pick as well. I also, again, I'm basically spoiling every one of my picks, but, you know, whatever. Still watch the video, please, when it comes out. But yeah, obviously my semi-aquatics pack had a lot of animals in it, based on, you know, the animal packs from Planet Zoo. I had Oxalia as well. I don't know if it's in the final version, because I might have scrapped it, because I did realize that... Okay, so my thought process behind Oxalia was that Frontier could use it as an excuse to basically make a paleo-accurate Spinosaurus, right? Because I really love Frontier's design language with these new dinosaurs. I love that they're more paleo-accurate while still being, I don't know, they have a little je ne sais quoi. I really love it. So I would really love to see a Frontier-designed Spinosaurus. That would have been so cool. I might have scrapped it from my final script. I actually don't remember because I was like so back and forth. But the reasoning behind that was I feel like Universal would put a stop to that. I feel like Universal would be like, no, the Rebirth Spinosaurus is the paleo-accurate Spinosaurus, which is... I spit on you. But I genuinely think that, unfortunately, we're not going to see something like Oxalia. We're not going to see something like a real... or an approximation of a paleo-accurate Spinosaurus, no matter what name they slap on it, because I think Universal would be like, no. You have to make people buy the Rebirth DLC. I have a really low estimation of Universal. Sorry. Give me Henry Loomis in-game. Oh my god, Rob Earth. Can you imagine if they got Jonathan Bailey to do voice lines? Full price, day one, yes. Phil Geisen, I feel like a paleo-accurate Spinosaurus variant in this pack would have been amazing. It would have been amazing, but yeah, I genuinely feel like... Look, I'm not saying this was in the cards, right? But I think that if Frontier had tossed that idea out there, Universal would have been like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna sign on that dotted line. No. Artario, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. The clips are working so well today. I just jinxed it. Anyway, Artario says, hi, I was today's years old when I found YouTube Rewind, and I'm in the top 0.2. Oh, I've been seeing that a lot. I'm in the top 0.2% of your channel. That is amazing. It's awesome. Hope others are as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been really funny seeing people send me screenshots where I'm like at the top of their like few channels. It's also been really interesting to discover that YouTube thinks I'm a like movie trailer channel. Oh my god, YouTube. What a compliment. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Anyway, Sean says, I feel like Jonathan would do it too. I love that man. Yeah, because he's not like Chris Pratt. I'm sorry. Elger says, just happy we get more dinosaurs to add to the roster. Yeah, 3. Oh, how, okay, ooh, this is gonna be the next poll. Hold on, we're gonna end this. This is pretty clear. And I feel like this is pretty fair as well. Like, you know, the scenery items, pretty good, not perfect. And the poll, Axel Plays, I missed something from you. Hold on, I'm gonna find you. This is very special because I'm literally just looking at the chat. So I genuinely suspect that chat sometimes jumps and it like happens in a way that I don't notice. Let me find you. Hold on. Oh, I also missed something from Herald of Geese way back. Oh my god. Herald of Geese said like 13 years ago, I like the scenery items, they're so ugly. We love someone who appreciates imperfection. And Axel Plays, so sorry. Let me get you a hug first and foremost. There it is. I watched a movie as a kid called Jurassic School in which the main character hatches a hipsy. So it holds a lot of nostalgic value as a species to me. Oh my god, that sounds like an oddly wholesome, like, B-tier Jurassic ripoff movie. They're usually, well, not wholesome, I guess. I literally just forgot what I was gonna do for the... Oh, right. Okay, so we were talking about just happy we get more dinosaurs, and I mentioned, yeah, 3 dinosaurs. 3, not 4. So I'm curious to get, like, some statistics on what you guys think about that. So... what is better for... Hold on. How do I phrase this? Which is better? Here, we'll just do it super simple. Hold on, which is the better pack? 4 dinosaurs or 3 dinosaurs plus scenery items. Alright. Do a little quick spell check as if I can spell even when I check. There you go. So yeah, okay. This is actually an interesting topic to talk about. I've been thinking about this. And it's gonna be really interesting to see how this unfolds over time, because I am seeing, like, for a lot of, I don't really know how to phrase this, but for a lot of people, the scenery items don't have as much value. I see that the poll is going the other way right now, and I guess that makes sense, right? Because most of the people on my channel are more build focused. So I'm very much aware that, you know, my channel demographic is not 100% representative of, like, the whole demographic who plays the game. Because I have been seeing a lot on Reddit in particular, where people are like, look, the scenery items have no value to me. So for me, I'm getting fewer dinosaurs and I'm paying more, right? Because they're just like, I'm not going to be using the scenery items. I don't like building, I like the dinosaurs. So it's going to be interesting to see how that is going to impact the sales. I think it's good. Although I would have preferred, obviously, 4 dinosaurs and scenery items. That would have been better, but, you know, that wasn't in the cards, apparently. I think it depends on what scenery they give us. Oh, yeah, carpentry. For sure. Like I talked about earlier, you know, the swampy, dilapidated stuff isn't my personal favorite. If they had done something like... well, what's a style that I'd really want? I think something like Swana, you know, Southwest Asia, North Africa, that kind of style I would have really liked. And that would have made the scenery items and the blueprints a lot more valuable. I think I said it quite well in my video. Which one was it? Oh, the video where they revealed the price. Exo, Middle East is... That's a colonial term, I'm just saying. That's not technically a correct term. So that's why I didn't use it. What was I saying? Right, so in the video where we finally got to reveal the price, I think I said it relatively well where, you know, it's not just about how much stuff is in the DLC, whether it's worth the price tag, it's also even more so than ever about what is in the DLC in terms of whether you like the dinosaurs, whether you like the scenery items. Because, you know, at $10 for 3 animals and scenery items, you gotta specifically like what you're getting, not just how much you're getting. Callum says, I think console sales will suffer as the modular building isn't as versatile as it is on PC, but that's coming from someone who doesn't dare look at modular building because it scares me. No, but I really feel like you're hitting the nail on the head there and saying it much better than I did. Because yeah, that is exactly what I'm waiting to see. Now, unfortunately, we can't see console player numbers, we can't see console sales numbers because Xbox and PlayStation just aren't as transparent as Steam. But I do think there's something to be said about, yeah, maybe the DLC are not going to do as well on console because console players, you know, it's let's just be honest, I think controller specifically, playing with controller, modular building is extra finicky, right? So then the scenery items are gonna be challenging to use at the very least. Like, obviously not for everyone, but it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. Hey, Charizard King! Hello everyone, I'm working on a rework for an Asdarkit hybrid I made a while ago. Oh, you're still making more of the hybrids. Are you making an army? Should we need to be concerned? And just to be clear, you're like only designing them, right? You're not like really cooking them up in a basement somewhere, right? Just checking. Flightless Lord, the Hipsy feels like the Dreadnoughtus in Jurassic World Evolution 1, a very copy and paste animal. Even Hipsy's pattern is so similar to Dryo. Yes, there's not a lot I can say, but I have a video coming out soon where I have a bit of a theory about the Hipsy. I can't really talk about that yet. It's all in the video though. It is a video that I recorded and edited literally in the depth of night, so, you know, good luck, but... Joe loves dinosaurs. As a console player, it is much harder to build. Yeah. Like, some people push through. I've seen, like, amazing stuff get built on console, but it is a higher threshold. And I want to clarify with controller. It's difficult to play with controller. Melissa says, I'm really struggling so much with the Isle. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to deviate off topic, excuse me. The CSI Evo video is coming soon. Honestly, Rob Earth, as I was editing it, I was like, okay, this is giving me like Sherlock Evo vibes. So think those terms, like tinfoil hat type stuff. But it's just a fun theory. Oh god, I just kicked something. It's fine. It's just poor cable management. Hey, Neurotic Plays, thank you so much. If anyone is on console, I do want to point out... Yeah. I do want to point out that if you have access to a keyboard and mouse, they do work on console for this game. Yes, I've been saying that in replies to people as well who are like struggling with modular building. Like, this isn't gonna fix it, right? Because I have a mouse and keyboard and I struggle with modular building too. So, you know, a mouse and keyboard isn't gonna unlock some unlimited potential where you're all of a sudden like this god tier builder or anything, but it is gonna help. So what I've been recommending to people, like a lot of people have their console set up to play like from the couch or something like that, right? So what I've been recommending to people is you get like those trays for breakfast in bed, like those trays with legs. You put those in front of you over your lap, and put a cheap mouse and keyboard on that. Rob Earth says, I see a lot of problems maybe in the workshop when you don't buy the DLC. It's annoying. I have been informed, I did not even pay attention to this, but according to one of my moderators, you can filter in the workshop to, as I understand it, to exclude workshop items with DLC. I can't check that, but that if it does indeed work that way, then yeah, if you don't intend to buy all DLC, you should just use that filter option. Oh, Fletcher confirms you can filter it. So yeah, if you're like, hey, bruh, I'm not gonna buy all of these DLC, yikes, is that gonna make the workshop more difficult to navigate? Just make sure that you use the filters to spare yourself any disappointment. It will still impact you though, to be perfectly honest, because even if you can filter out all the stuff that uses DLC, obviously a lot of the most dedicated builders, which more often than not translates to the most talented and prolific builders, they're the type who are going to be buying every DLC, and they're going to be using items. You know, they're going to be making a building that has a random wooden post from the Wetlands pack, and then all of a sudden the entire building is unusable for people who don't have that that DLC. So it is going to impact you, but if you filter it out, you'll be blissfully unaware. Don't think about it too hard, though. Don't think about it too hard. Jurassic John, do you think Suchomimus says... Let me try that again. Jurassic John, do you think Suchomimus / Baryonyx, nailed it, still holds up after Irritator? It seems like something similar to how Tapejara is now not as popular compared to Kaiwajara. Suchomimus, yes. Baryonyx, rip. I think Suchomimus still has enough love within the community to still get used by yours truly as well. I already barely used Berry. I don't see myself using it at all at this point, because we have the beautiful Irritator now. Should I show you something embarrassing? I am going to show you something embarrassing. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. It is, there you go. It is literally my desktop wallpaper. That's the level of obsession / autism you're dealing with. So, yeah. Barry is, it's a tough situation for Barry. Not gonna lie. Great choice. I appreciate it. It is the, by the way, it's also the thumbnail image of today, because I was making it as a thumbnail, you know, I was tweaking the color values a little bit, because the original image is a little bit washed out, you know, makes sense, it's very moody. But I was tweaking the color variables a little bit, and I was like, that's my wallpaper. Yeah, D-Rex, the Meg desktop wallpaper has been retired, at least for now. Baryonyx found dead in a ditch. Oh, poor Baryonyx. Actually, no. And honestly, I blame Universal. Like, they set it up to fail with that design. I know some people like the Baryonyx design, you know, the same way, you know, every dinosaur is someone's favorite dinosaur, even when you're the Jurassic World Baryonyx. Sorry. But I think for most people, it was set up for failure with that specific design. I'm so sorry. All right, let's see this poll. It's very close. That is interesting. But I do understand. All right. I'm going to do another poll. I'm going to keep them quite snappy, honestly. So, something else. What can we... Just sort of to guide the conversation and give you guys something to do, honestly. What kind... Yes, Redx Studios. What kind of poll can we do? Okay. Okay, here you go. Do you think future DLC will have more dinosaurs, less items? Yes, just like Planet Zoo. Animal packs. I'm running out of characters. No. 3 dino is the standard. Obviously, the 3 dinosaur is the standard, excludes like expansions, right? But I don't really know how to make that clear in the poll. I don't have enough characters. Hold on, I know. Do you think future packs, not expansions, will have more dinosaurs, less animals? Yes, just like Planet Zoo. Animal packs of... Hold on, I'm like... I'm mathing with how many characters I have here. Yes, like Planet Zoo, animal packs of 7/8. No 3 dinosaurs. Sorry. This is so difficult. The character limit is so bad. Oh yeah, there you go. Nailed it. There. So I've been seeing a lot where people are like, you know, we know that there's another mystery dinosaur coming in the free update, right? And I've been seeing a lot of people say, yeah, that was 100% supposed to be in the DLC. So DLC are actually more like supposed to be 4 dinosaurs. And I've also been seeing a lot, you know, because Frontier's taking obviously so much inspiration from the strategy with Planet Zoo. In case you're unfamiliar, I guess I should explain that. Planet Zoo, I'm not a Planet Zoo expert, but this is how it's been explained to me. People have gently taken hold of my hand and be like, Evo, let me explain this to you. So I'm trying to like regurgitate that information to you. Planet Zoo has 2 types of packs. It has, let's say, regular DLC, which has 4 or 5 animals, a whole bunch of scenery items, and campaign missions. And Planet Zoo has animal packs, which have 7 to 8 dinosaurs and some scenery items. No campaign stuff. That's in a nutshell. You know, there's a distinction between exhibit animals, blah, 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 blah. Let's not get into it too deep. But there's 2 different types of DLC. One is like a balance of animals, campaign, scenery items, and one very much focuses on animals with some scenery sprinkled in. And a lot of people are expecting / hoping that that's the direction for Jurassic World Evolution 3. To be honest, I don't know, because what I think, Jurassic World Evolution 3 is already gonna have 2 types of DLC. We have the packs, like the one that's releasing right now, the Wetlands pack, and we have expansions. Planet Zoo doesn't have what we would call expansions. So I'm kind of torn. I think... Okay. Well, you know, I'm not going to tie myself down, but at the moment, I would say we're going to be seeing 3 dinosaur packs, just like the wetland one, and we'll be seeing expansions, the way we're used to, kind of. I think that's going to be the 2 different types of Jurassic World Evolution 3 DLC. Do I feel comfortable making that statement? No, but there it is. Jesse Claus, please tell me your favorite dinosaur. IRL, my favorite dinosaur is Stegosaurus. If you're asking for this DLC, Irritator. I just showed Irritator is literally my desktop wallpaper. I'm fine. Like, emotionally, I'm fine. That's a lie. Carpentry, is there anything else to expand, though? Yes, very much so. So for Jurassic World Evolution 2, an expansion is just a way of distinguishing it from a pack, and it just means that it's gonna come with maps, campaign stuff, and mechanics. That's what distinguishes an expansion from a pack. And yes, Jurassic World Evolution 3 could very much benefit from expansions, as in more campaign, more locations, more mechanics. Ideally, the latter would be covered by free updates, but let's be honest. You know, Frontier's really good with free updates, but you know, we live in a capitalist society. A lot of stuff we just have to pay for, right? That's just the reality of things. RIP. So yes, I do think that we're going to be seeing expansions. Specifically, I think we're going to be seeing a Rebirth expansion. Keshap says my wallpaper is a 4K image of the T-Rex from Jurassic World Evolution 3. Heck yeah, base. Eldra says I can feel in my bones Evo knows something we don't. No, I don't think I know something you don't. There is something I know that I'm not allowed to talk about. But I think you know. And if you know, you know. That wasn't very clear, but no. I have one more piece of information. But I think it's already been guessed. That's all I can say. What do I think of the Irritator skins? I think the skins are really good. I guess if I were to nitpick, the only downside... I think Bessen's Law talked about this in his video. He goes in depth about this, and I saw it on Reddit as well. Frontier really likes just doing splotches and squiggles. There is definitely room for improvement there. But neglecting the fact that this is just their thing, you know, maybe this is just their design language, right? Maybe they've had a meeting and they were like, look, dinosaurs should just be splotchy. Okay. But if I disregard the fact that there are more creative patterns possible, I think Irritator has some of the best skins, as far as we know, in the game. It just looks so good. It looks so good. Sorry. Hey, cheers, Arcane. Thank you so much. I think it depends on what dinosaurs are in the pack, such as a hybrid pack or a Triassic pack. I personally wouldn't get too hyped for a hybrid pack. A Triassic pack, though, that would go hard. Hold on. You're gonna hear my old chair creak because I've assumed, like, full... lazy position here because I don't have to actually be positioned in front of my keyboard, so I'm just like lounging. Sorry. Look, we're just friends chatting, right? So, you know, put your feet up. Put your feet up. It's okay. Let's think about a Triassic pack. Okay, let's get Plateosaurus first. I saw a really funny post. I think it was a post on Reddit. It might have just been a comment under a Reddit post. But someone was like, if Frontier is going to do a Triassic pack, it won't have Plateosaurus. For the same reason, they're doing a Wetlands pack and it doesn't have a croc. And the Planet Zoo fans have joined in on the roasting as well. They were also like, yeah, Frontier does this with Planet Zoo also. They put out a pack, and literally the one animal that you would associate with the pack is missing. So people were like, instead of Plateosaurus, it's going to be like a lesser-known cousin of the Plateosaurus. And honestly, I'm afraid. Hey, Tyrannosaurus, welcome. Hold on, I got a cough. Excuse me about that. Oh, my drink. Hold on. Aquaflame. You're like basically putting out what would be my picks as well. I would also be Plateosaurus, Postosuchus, Tanystropheus I've had selected for another pack as well, so yeah, that's on my radar. That'll be good. Oh, Teresi, I appreciate that. Thank you. Frontier could have given us a secretary bird 3 separate times. Shaw Universe having a very valid crash out right now. Eva, do you think Shantogasaurus would have been a good choice for a Wetlands DLC? Oh man, I'm just gonna come out and say it, Mr. Pilkington. Almost every single dinosaur would have been a better choice than Hipsy. Like, cause you could... Look, if you're gonna stretch the whole Wetlands theming, you can... Like, that really opens up a whole new world. And, yes, I would have loved Shantogasaurus. To be completely honest, though, if I had constructed this pack, as much as I love Shantogasaurus, I also wouldn't have put in Shantogasaurus. Because this is the thing that I talked about in my Hipsy video, right? Like, regardless of the fact that I think Hipsy is just a bit underwhelming as another small herbivore, my biggest thing with Hipsy is that it doesn't fit in the theme. If you get to design a pack with 3 dinosaurs where the theme is wetlands, Hipsy just ain't it. And to be fair, Shant isn't either. Irritator, yes. Osteraptor, yes. Less so, but yes. Hipsy, no. Shantogasaurus, no. Like, just living in wetlands isn't quite enough. I feel like you'd need to go for something truly iconic and representative for the wetlands. And obviously, that would have been a croc. Let's just be honest with ourselves. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be honest. It's okay to be disappointed. And we're all just collectively gonna move on and continue to believe that is coming in the future. I want Archaeopteryx. I would prefer Microraptor. For reasons, if Sean Universe is here. I mean, if anyone who has listened to my audiobook is here, you know. I would prefer Microraptor, but I think if we're gonna get a species like that, I think they would do Archaeopteryx. On the basis that, you know, it has that super famous fossil. And, you know, valid. 100% valid. Like, you know, not everything needs to be my dream scenario. Rip. I think Archaeopteryx would be, honestly, the better... I say that knowing that Microraptor has the more famous name. It also has the easier name. But Frontier makes some pretty... like, out-of-the-box picks sometimes. Like, Thanatos Dracon. Where did that come from? So, you know... it's not all about the popularity of the name. So I think if we're gonna get something like that, they would choose Archaeopteryx over Microraptor. Aw, thanks, Jurassic guy. Yeah, Luminescent, you are summarizing it really well. Hipsy lived in more than just floodplains, so it shouldn't have been included in the pack. Exactly. They should have gone for something that specifically lived in wetlands, that you really associate with wetlands. Alright, let me check in on the poll here. It's pretty split. Okay, but most people seem to think that we are gonna get big animal packs as well. And you know, we talked about this earlier, right? Where it's a bit of a question mark to see how this DLC is gonna sell, with the knowledge that there is a, like, let's just call it as it is. There is a significant portion of the player base that's just here for the dinosaurs, not here for the modular building. And for those people, the scenery items don't have much value. So honestly, I think it would be a good strategy to alternate and give us more dedicated species packs for those players. Honestly, the more I think about it, the more I'm convinced you guys are right about this. I know I said earlier that I was going to go a different route, but with that lens on, yeah, that would make a lot of sense. That that would keep like the fans of the battle royales and stuff like that would keep them attached as well, because they know like, hey, this wasn't our turn, but in a couple of months we're gonna get our turn. We're gonna get a whole lot of species. It would be a good idea, honestly. Obviously, you know, I don't know if Frontier has thought about it like that, but hold on, let me have a sip. Sorry. All right, so I'm gonna end that poll. Let's talk about the future. I guess that poll was also a little bit about the future, but another poll, start poll. How do you think future DLC will be themed? All, hold on, biomes / regions, like PZ. And obviously, you know, Wetlands makes a case for that. They did start that. Mix of biomes / regions. Oh, mix of themes. Again, I'm struggling. With the character limit. Okay, something like that. Alright. So, with only one DLC in, it's way too soon to tell. But what do we think, right? So, they started with a Wetlands pack, which is very much reminiscent of what they're doing with Planet Zoo, where all of the DLC are either a biome or a region. Do we think they're going to follow that with Jurassic World Evolution 3? Or do we think it's going to be, you know, whatever, basically whatever theme they can think of, right? So this is Wetlands. Next one might be Triassic. We talked about that. They could still do a semi-aquatics DLC, you know, an animal group. They could do a Croc DLC. Stuff like that. What are we thinking? It's already going strongly in the direction of mixing themes. D-Rex says they should be named X-Name Formation Pack, like a Hell Creek Formation Pack, and so on. I disagree. And it's going to be a little difficult for me to explain. Because it's not going to be relatable to a lot of people. But naming DLC and theming DLC after dig sites very much focuses on the dedicated dinosaur fans. And you might be thinking, bro, Evo, come on. We're talking about Jurassic World Evolution 3. It's a dinosaur game. It is for dinosaur fans. Yes and no. It's also just for Jurassic fans. You know, not everyone who is a fan of this franchise knows which dinosaurs are in which dig site or in which formation. I don't even know that, and I have a goddamn YouTube channel. Like, I know the basics of stuff, but I still gotta Google so much, man. So the problem with... I feel like a Hell Creek DLC might be good enough, but that's like one of the few dig sites / formations that are so famous they are mainstream. I think you would very quickly run out of dig sites / formations that would, like, from a marketing standpoint, be appealing to the wider audience. You know, the people who are just here because dinosaurs are cool and making parks is cool and seeing them fight is cool. I think that the number of fans of this game who are like completely caught up on all of the, you know, paleontological research and stuff like that is actually fairly minor. I think actually it would be more something for Prehistoric Kingdom. But even then, I think we'd all be surprised how many people wouldn't be thinking about stuff like that. And therefore wouldn't be compelled to buy something like that. That'd be me, says Dorian. But I completely agree with you. Yeah, Sean Universe. Yeah, DLCs need to be marketed to a wide audience, as wide as possible. And Hell Creek, on the basis alone that it sounds awesome, let's be honest, very marketable. But when we get to lesser known dig sites informations, you're gonna run into an issue. So stuff like Wetlands, Asia, semi-aquatic, Triassic. That's more entry level. That's good. More people are gonna be like, oh yeah, I know what that is. I know what Asia is. But you get it, right? Oh man. Hold on, I got it. I gotta move the chair back into the lounge position. Terrasaur says, I think we're one DLC away after this from a Rebirth expansion, maybe for its anniversary release. I'm trying to remember the timeline for Jurassic World Evolution 2. Maybe someone can refresh my memory on this. I think the first Dominion DLC was the second DLC, wasn't it? Obviously, the first one was early Cretaceous. Was the second one Dominion? Someone know? It was the third. Oh, it was the third. Okay, well then that certainly puts merit into Tyrannosaurus prediction there. I'm trying to like logic my way through this. I don't think I can. I would personally probably do the Rebirth DLC next. Because in my mind, I'm still in that mindset of surely they want to... But I feel like they've already missed the boat, honestly. But in my mind, I'm like, okay, you want to get it as close to the movie as possible. But, I mean, at that point, we'd be almost a year away from the release of the movie. I think, I would say there is a significant chance that Rebirth is next. And the logic, I guess, that would be most applicable is that... I'm thinking of it in terms of seasons of a show. Walk with me here. The first season is always going to get the most views because the most people are going to be watching it. And then it slowly drops off as people lose interest. So, you know, season 2, generally, don't come at me with like outliers. I'm talking generally speaking. You know, first season comes out, a lot of people watch it, and maybe 95% of people tune in for season 2. And then 95% of those people tune into season 3. And then if you're Game of Thrones, maybe only 80%. No, it was still good at season 3, actually. But you get what I mean, right? As stuff gets bigger, it becomes more of a challenge for people to keep up with it. Because we all have lives, we're all busy, except me, I have no life. So when I'm thinking about a game, most people are going to be playing the game when it launches, and they're going to steadily lose interest. A game is steadily going to have fewer people playing it, which also means that steadily fewer people buy the DLC. So I would release a Rebirth DLC as soon as possible, while the most amount of people are still invested in your game and willing to buy it. Like, willing to buy what comes next. That is the only, like, very limited logic I can apply to it. Because you saw it with Jurassic World Evolution 2, right? You know, the player count just... you know, it goes up and down, and people come back for DLCs, but it does shrink. So that... But this is literally just like, you know, crystal ball type of stuff, right? The North remembers. Nah, Robert, I want to forget how bad that was. I shouldn't have brought it up, honestly. I think movies will bring back many people. And so they'll release expansion of that movie near the release to get the most out of it. That's a very good point. The next movie is still a long ways away, though. So that all depends on how much support Jurassic World Evolution 3 is going to get. Of course, we're all hoping that it's going to be, you know, years and years and years, right? That, more than anything, I hope that they go the Planet Zoo route in that sense. Just years of support for the game. And then, yeah, that would include the release of the next movie. But let's say the next movie comes out 2028. That would be the end of the lifespan, if it's the same as Jurassic World Evolution 2. Because that's quite a ways away. Jurassic World Evolution 1 had, I think, less than 2 years. My memory sucks, though. But yeah, I think Jurassic World Evolution 1 had slightly less than 2 years of support. Jurassic World Evolution 2 had slightly more than 2 years of support. Sean Universe says, I'm fearful of Jurassic World Evolution 4. I'm not yet. It's gonna depend on how much they add in free updates down the line and what the DLC are gonna do. There's definite, like, a Jurassic World Evolution 4 with Crocs and Cenozoics would hang over us. We'll see. And bridges? Oh, god dang it. I said the B word. Hey, Neurotic Plays, last one for today. Thank you so much. I just wanted to share this. Did you know that there are 2 species of dinosaurs that were discovered in the Netherlands? The Orthomeris hadrosaurus and Betasuchus albelosaurid. No, I didn't. I learn something new every day. I'm one of those fake dinosaur fans. I promise I'm not. Well, maybe I am. A bit. But let me just talk myself out of this this situation I got myself in. I used to be like super big dinosaur nerd and reading up on everything, but then there was like this big period in my life which started in college where I stopped, like dinosaurs temporarily stopped being my hyperfixation, and like paleontology evolves so fast that once you're out, it's just so bad, so not bad, but so difficult to get back into it. And to like catch up again, it feels so insurmountable. So at this point, I'm here for the pretty colors. And all my dinosaur knowledge is super outdated, and whatever little Evo could read up on in the library, you know, stuff like that. Oh, and I appreciate the super chat. Thanks so much, Neurotic. I'm a casual dinosaur nerd. I read Wikipedia and watch the Skeleton Crew. I don't even do that, honestly. I joke when I say I don't have a life, but I really don't. I talked about this at the start of the stream. Like, as a YouTuber, I don't work hard because that's literally impossible. YouTube is not hard work. But I do work a lot. Like this week, it's been non-stop working like to 3 a.m. to get all these videos edited. So, no, the little bit of spare time that I allow myself, I'm not even in the Wikipedia to read up on my dinosaur knowledge. I'm so sorry. Legacy Chris says, okay, I'm done with the hardest part. The glass ornaments are on. None broke. Woo! I broke an ornament when I was decorating the Christmas tree at my mom's place. I felt really bad about that. It happens, though. I didn't actually I need to save myself before I get cancelled for breaking an ornament. I didn't even drop the ornament. I was hanging another ornament, and I sort of, like, bumped a branch, and the ornament that was already hanging on that branch slipped off, and it broke. Rip. Axel Play says, I'm the opposite. I'm a super dinosaur nerd. I'm actually gonna be a paleontologist, I hope. I know just about any new discoveries. Heck yeah, I admire that. I wish I hadn't, you know, let it slip away from me, but once it does, it just sort of, I don't know, you just sort of accept it. I've just accepted that I have no knowledge. I only have knowledge of path. There you go, there it is, path and planters. That's my knowledge. Neurotic says, I wish we would have just gotten the species that are missing from the Jurassic World Evolution 2 base game directly, directly ported over. And they would have added the family units in an update. I definitely see what you mean. But I think more goes into bringing dinosaurs over from one game to the other than we might be aware. And it's probably a case of, you know, once you start working on bringing the adult female over from one game to the next, it just makes more sense to lump in the work for the male and the juvenile. And I also understand it. Oh man, look, I gotta be honest with y'all. I used to be in marketing, so that's the real brain rot right there. I have marketing brain rot, so I get it. Like, releasing a new family unit every month, like creating that touchstone moment every month, that is powerful stuff. That's powerful stuff. That's gonna keep people, not everyone obviously, but that's going to keep a significant portion of people interested, and they're going to keep coming back. Even if only out of the curiosity, like, which one's next? You know, which one's next? I just want to know which one's next. And what that means is people are going to keep watching the dumb YouTubers like I. People are going to keep checking in on the Reddit. And then while they do that, they might see something where they're like, oh yeah, maybe I'll pick up the game again. Maybe I'll start playing again. So I'm so sorry. The marketing brain rot is so real. I don't think K Growler gets it. It's never gonna leave me. Marketing in college was where my downfall began. Sean Universe, it's a moment to encourage players to come back every single month. Yeah, it's so powerful. It's genius. Honestly, it's genius. Neurotic, I think your marketing background ties in with your YouTube very well. You're still marketing just a game you love playing, right? Kinda. Let's hope it works on the reverse as well, you know? Once the channel starts dying the inevitable death, let's hope I can really easily slip back into the marketing workforce. Or otherwise I'll just starve, it's fine. Oh my god, Mr. Pilkington! So Evo, how many times do you think you've said the words Jurassic World Evolution in your life? I don't want to know. You know, there was once this statistic where I don't know it exactly anymore, but like ballpark figure, the average person spends 6 months of their lifetime looking for their keys. I don't remember the exact number, but you know, it was something stupid like. Of your entire lifespan, 80 to 90 years old, let's say, just 6 months of those you spend looking for your keys. Just imagine 6 months looking for something. And within the context, I feel like I probably I spent way too much time saying Jurassic World Evolution. Because the thing is, and this is the YouTuber brain rot, you have to say it in a video. Because the algorithm knows. So you have to say, like, at least once every video. But let's be honest, like, maybe 5 times per video. And how many videos have I done? And how many streams have I done? And no, I'm not gonna be thinking. No, I'm not gonna be thinking about that. No. You're not gonna catch me having an existential crisis on stream right now. Toria says this is why I have like 4 keys for my car. You gotta play the YouTube hustle. You really gotta, Mr. Pilkington. It is what it is. Thankfully, you know, the YouTube hustle, I like it, you know. The YouTube hustle basically comes down to, you gotta do some editing, and honestly, that's it. Like, I don't really follow, like, a normal YouTuber outside of the gaming realm, you know, you would be looking at trends and hooking in on the trends and stuff. Like, really, all I gotta do is play a video game, which I would already play anyway, record it, be silly about it, and then just do a little bit of editing. That's really it. So, like I say, I don't work hard. I just work a lot. Do you know where your keys are right now? Sam Peachy, yes I do. My house key is permanently hooked over the doorknob of the front door, because I literally walked out the front door without my key only a couple of weeks ago. So since then, the house keys are literally just hanging from the doorknob of the front door. So I grab them as I go out. And then when I'm outside, they're either in my pocket or in my bag. And my bike keys are permanently in my bag. So, yes, I do know where they are. I did not know where my passport was today. I needed my passport to verify my identity on PayPal. I had a genuine crash out. I could not find my passport. It was not pretty. I think it's really showed me that I'm tired. It's been a long week. It's been a long year. Mama needs a vacation. I was legitimately crashing out over where my goddamn passport was. God dang it. Anyway, we were talking about the game though. We weren't talking about my personal failings as a human being. Untamable King, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kind of hyped for the Ostroraptor, to be honest. I'm really hoping one of its skins is prehistoric planet inspired. Oh, that is... I would guess so. I'm thinking... Great Sandy Desert, probably in that realm. Or what's the other one? Death Valley? Those, yeah... maybe. Obviously not exactly, because that's all copyrighted, but... Hold on, I gotta mute you guys for 1 second. I gotta blow my nose. You don't need to know that, but I'm telling you anyway. We're friends. We're oversharing. It's fine. There. God, I hope that worked. Otherwise, you just heard something disgusting. Lovely Dilly, the Hypsilophodon is literally a reskinned Dryosaurus. It is very similar. Obviously, it reuses a rig. I actually think it reuses the Homalocephaly rig, because I think people have trouble visualizing it. Hypsilophodon is much smaller than Dryosaurus. We're talking more Homalocephaly sized. Maybe even, no, not taco sized. I'm thinking Homalocephaly size. So I think it uses the Homalocephaly rig. But it is a shrunken down Dryosaurus. 300 lakes. Oh, we are at 300 lakes. I owe you guys 2 chuckles. Hold on. There, once more. Alan is so done. Let him chuckle twice. What would be my picks for an English/Western Europe pack? See, this is what I mean. I'm a fake dino fan. I wouldn't know what would be accurate here without a Google deep dive, you know? That's how I would approach it for a video as well. I gotta use the resources there. Sean Universe, it honestly, it varies. There's no rhyme or reason to it, so. I will say, it has been very nice of Frontier that they've given us the videos early nowadays, because this week would have been absolute hell otherwise if we just had to sit around waiting for them to drop and then, oh, I gotta make the video, because those videos would have sucked. I like putting in some time with editing and doing my silly stuff, like, you know, literally have my logo dropping in as it did today, like stuff like that. Or from the, no, not the Hipsy video, oh, the pricing video, you know, the interview with Future Evo. You know, silly editing stuff like that. That's what I like to do with my videos. And Frontier giving us this stuff a little bit early allows me to do that. In the olden days, what they did was they just dropped it and then we made our videos, and it just forces you to rush things. It's just not, you know, then it really just becomes just about the news. Whereas I feel like the way we can do it now, they're videos that are pretty fun, I'd say. I love the interview with Future Evo. Somehow I decided, like, on the second take, like, oh, she should go full obnoxious news anchor. So that's what I went with. Hey, Sam Peachy, I appreciate that. Just spilled sparkling water. Oh, Axel Place. It could have been so much worse. Jurassic Joe. Do I think we're gonna get a combat overhaul soon? No. Like, straight up. No. A chain... Okay, so let's briefly define overhaul. When you're asking me about an overhaul, that means, like, completely redoing it from the ground up with major changes. No, not gonna happen. None of the updates that they've ever done overhaul something. Updates only add new stuff and fix, like, minor problems. Nothing has ever been overhauled. The overhauls happen, and you could argue to what extent, but overhauls happen between games. So, for example, the building was overhauled from Jurassic World Evolution 2 to Jurassic World Evolution 3, now having modular building. So no, combat will not get overhauled. However, I do think it is possible, don't get your hopes up, it's not guaranteed, but I think it is possible that we see sauropods fighting back. Because that is an addition. That's not an overhaul, that's not changing anything, it's just adding something. And there's already precedent for that, right? Because in Jurassic World Evolution 2, they added behaviors for the pterosaurs. Pterosaurs could attack the helicopters, and they gave them another animation, I've forgotten. Anyway, they added animations for the pterosaurs. So they could do that. But I would say that is the extent of what you should hope for. Basi says that means no overhaul on the walkways. So there is a workaround here. You know, we're never going to see an overhaul of the pathing system where all of a sudden we can do elevated paths and stuff like that. I don't think that's going to happen. You know, they launched it the way it is for a reason. This is how the pathing system works. However, in Planet Zoo has like the elevated paths stuff built in, but they still managed to add something to it, which is basically like an invisible path that you could elevate. And with that addition, they could have their guests walk over completely customized bridges that did not include any of the actual pathing. Am I lying? Is it Planet Zoo or Planet Coaster 2? Someone might need to correct me on that. One of the current Planet games had that added. That's something they could do. So it would really just boil down to invisible pieces with a hitbox that we can slot into walkways and make bridges, stuff like that. Is that super far-fetched? I'm afraid so, yeah. But not impossible, because again, I'm very big on precedents. Not presidents. Precedents. And there is one of them, so... Hey, Swain Loca! Thank you so much! I appreciate your super chat. I also remember you're one of the people who was featured in Workshop Wednesday. Heck yeah, that's the Rapunzel Tower, if I recall correctly. Oh, hello? See, I told you guys I'd jinx it. Hold on. There it is. We need more reporter Evo. I mean, the situation just works. But mostly just want to say thank you for streaming. Look, hey, like, I gotta be completely honest. This is selfish as well. I love doing this stuff. I love chatting with you guys. I hope I can lurk in many more to come. Heck, yeah. Direk says they could also just make a simple bridge spawn every time you place paths, when now it says too steep, and then you can put your own blueprints of bridges. There's definitely workarounds. I think maybe the most realistic direction... This doesn't really fit with a modular building, though. No, actually, hold on. There is a way. I think what they could do is give us... you know, the same way we have the attractions right now, right? You know, a viewing gallery attraction still has the basic shape of, you know, the glass panes and stuff like that. A viewing gallery for the lagoons still has the basics of the seating, stuff like that. So what they could do is give us a placeable bridge, which has a super basic structure, and we can add our modular pieces to that, customize it, and it's just that one specific placeable structure that guests can either literally walk on or at least count as path connection, with then maybe some guests randomly spawning on top of it, right? Would that be less than ideal? Yes, obviously, but I'm trying to think like realistically, right? Rusty Tommy, welcome to becoming a paleontologist. You are now part of the army. My condolences. Hold on, I have a beautiful clip to show you. This is art. Wait for it. There it is. Gareth, in case you've signed on for the next movie and you need someone for visual effects, I'm available. However bad the path in Jurassic World Evolution 3 is, it is still much better than paths in Planet Zoo / Planet Coaster. They've made me rage quit more than once. This toots McGee. It's interesting. It's almost like a grass is greener on the other side situation, right? Because I honestly see that a lot, where Planet gamers are complaining about the pathing system. And I feel like... us on the Jurassic World Evolution side are like, bro, we would kill to have your pathing system. We might regret it 2 weeks later, but... Here, see, Don Condor also says, Planet Zoo pathing is awful. Does anybody play Planet Coaster 2? Is it better there? I think it is, right? I've seen some examples of Planet Zoo pathing, and yeah, but I think Planet Coaster has made some improvement. Maybe not? Oh, William says it's worse. Okay. Redx Studios, I want to join Evo's basement. Monatalia once told me they have cookies there. Well, I live in an apartment now, so I guess the basement would just be the apartment below me. I can ask if they have cookies. It'll literally be my first conversation with those people, but I could ask them. No, I can't. My social anxiety could never... Oh, we've lost the plot now. We've lost the plot. But you know what? It's the last half hour of the stream, so I think that's fine. Is there... Okay, so last half hour of the stream, right? Is there something about the DLC, about the free update, about the future of the game? Is there something you guys want to talk about? Can you expand your basement? There's barely any room here. No, that's the experience, okay? Thank you for the super chat, Charizard King. Mr. Pilkington, I appreciate it. LO4FC says, is the Jurassic World Evolution franchise Frontier's favorite? Oh, heck nah. Planet Zoo is their baby. Planet Zoo is their money-making baby. They love it because, you know, it's successful. I joke. I'm dunking on them a little bit. Obviously, they're genuinely passionate about Planet Zoo. I feel it. Jurassic World Evolution as well, obviously, but that is a licensed product, so they don't own it. They don't have full control. I think with Planet Zoo, with the animal designs, when they talk about it, you can really see, like, it is a passion, and for the conservation angle of it as well. Just to dunk on them a little less. Oh, I'm very curious on Universe, but remember, there's no rush on anything. Plumpy Goaters. Did we already talk about having free flying pterosaurs instead of keeping them in the aviary? We didn't. I mean, you can already have them free flying. It's gonna cause some issues. Something like, I keep forgetting what they call it. I think they call it the aerial deterrent system or something like that from Biosyn Valley. I don't see them ever adding that, and the reason for that is the opportunity has come and gone. The perfect opportunity for it would have been in the, you know, the Biosyn expansion in Jurassic World Evolution 2. And the fact that they didn't do it, it would just be so random to add it now. Unless, of course, like a future movie introduces it. Elja says, every topic of my interest has been covered, but it's just my procrastination that makes me worried that this game might not have a long lifespan, even though I hope it continues into the future. Only time will tell, which is a bit frustrating, because I'm very impatient. We talked on this before. I hope it's gonna get the kind of lifespan that Planet Zoo has. I think a lot of that comes down to Universal. So... we'll just have to wait and see. It's obviously not something that Frontier's ever gonna announce. And people get mad about that, which I don't understand why. People were like, so mad. Like, oh, why didn't Frontier announce that they were done with Jurassic World Evolution 2? Or why didn't they announce that the next DLC was gonna be the last DLC? But like, that again, this is the marketing brain rot, but that is... sales suicide. So they're never gonna come out and say, yeah, you know what, we're gonna be doing this for 4 years, you're gonna get 13 DLC, strap in, folks. They're just gonna keep us hanging. And again, fair. It sucks, but it's fair. Luminescence says, I would like to see Megalosaurus, Tylosaurus, and Liopleurodon get redesigns. That would be good. Yeah, hold on, I'm visualizing them. Yes. A lot of people want Acro to get redesigned as well. Only if we also get to keep the original. Like, I see where people are coming from with, like, their suggestions on how Acro should get redesigned. But at the same time, I love him so much. I just love him. Carcara could do with a little redesign. Nothing massive. Someone made a Reddit post about that. Like, really just a slight adjustment to the face would go a really long way. Not the chonker! Do we realistically think any other species will get redesigns? I think it's very possible, yeah. I think that, again, I'm gonna mispronounce that word again. There is precedent for it. I think the Deinonychus, and even before that, the Ankylodocus shows that, you know, they're willing to do that if the feedback is strong enough. So, alright, if the feedback is strong enough. I've seen a lot of people mention Liopleurodon. I think Liopleurodon is the most obvious candidate for a redesign. I also think it needs it the most, to be honest. But also from, like, a feedback perspective. You know, I always say this, and you can say it's not true, but I know more than you guys. Frontier listens, so they would be very highly aware that people want Liopleurodon to get redesigned. And that increases the odds that they might. I would say do not expect it to happen for a lot of species, right? I really think that 3, maybe, you know, like the 3 quote-unquote worst ones. I wouldn't start making like a wish list of 10, the top 10 dinosaurs who would need to be redesigned, although my YouTuber brain rot is now like, No, Evo, no, stop it right now, you greedy little goose. So they already did Deinonychus, so let's say 2 left. Liopleurodon. I would say probably Tylosaurus is the next one that needs it most. But then it's 2 lagoon creatures that get redesigned. That also feels unbalanced. Is there something in the aviary that could do with a redesign? I'm trying to visualize the lineup. Obviously of something that's not in the game yet, right? Because I don't see them redesigning anything they've already added. So it has to be one of the missing species. What's missing? I don't know. I literally... It's been a long week. Hold on. I see yellow. Untamable King! Thank you so much. Do you think Frontier will ever make the aviaries larger? I'm trying to think if there is, again, precedent for that. I don't think they've ever done something like that. What they could do, and what would go a long way to make the aviaries feel bigger, is remove the limitations on the terrain tools inside the aviaries. Maybe not fully, but like right now we can only dig down an inch. Let us dig down a more significant amount, so that way you can artificially like heighten the roof of the aviary by actually lowering the floor of the aviary. That's something they could do. I don't see them Hold on, you're like, you can hear the wheels turning. I guess they could technically add a new aviary type, which is literally just a taller dome, and then it snaps together the same way. That would be an addition, not a change. So that would make it doable for a free update. It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I don't know if if it's like a priority thing, because obviously we have a lot of wants. We have more wants than they could keep up with. So I don't know if it's on anybody's priority list, but it's possible. I also want to thank you for the super chat, by the way. Oh, hold on. Your comment continues. Even if you were to make a custom aviary with modular pieces, pterosaurs just phase through, even with collision enabled. Is that something they can fix? You know what? Maybe you're on something. Maybe that should be the fix. Because I think they could. They just need to mess with the, like the hitbox of the animal itself. You're onto something, Untamable King. Again, I don't know if it's on like their radar as a top priority, but I definitely wouldn't rule it out. Game 3, am I ever going to do a full Dutch video again? Yes. It is, I have like a really long list of video ideas. And a Dutch video is on there, but stuff just keeps happening in the meantime. Like, you know, all of this news, for example, I have to completely dedicate all of my time to stuff like this. But that is something, you know, sometime 2026. Stay tuned. Subscribe! Oh, by the way, I wanna take a little moment to point out that everyone chatting in chat right now, as you do, is subscribers. So I really appreciate that. That's super, super awesome. Channel has grown so much with the launch of Jurassic World Evolution 3, still going strong. We're not gonna get to 400,000 this year. It was looking like it at some point, but you know, obviously growth around the launch was way more than it is now. But still, the fact that 400k is coming, unless I do something just absolutely apprehensible, like mispronounce something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, 400 being like the next milestone is absolutely awesome. So I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. Evo gets cancelled. I'm trying to think of something like really cringe. You know what? Honestly, I might. Jesus Christ, how often am I gonna restart this sentence? I might get cancelled for something silly, like, you know, what I said about being disappointed in Hypsilophodon. It doesn't take much. I appreciate it, Swain Loken, but I do want to ask you to keep it in English. Keep it to English in chat so we can all participate. And also so the moderators can keep an eye on everything. Words and how to put them in order. Not me. Can you believe I actually wrote a whole ass audiobook and I don't even know how to start a sentence? Pronounce Nike. I mean, I don't know. Is that the right way to say it? No idea. I'm not really a label kind of gal. I can't believe that. I love that audiobook. You had me in the first half. I thought you were going to say, I can't believe that. You also couldn't string sentences together there. Which, you know, valid. My top 3 animals I want Frontier to add in Jurassic World Evolution 3. Oh, that's a really fun topic, Riddick Studios. Yeah, we're gonna do that. Dakotaraptor, Deinosuchus, and Direwolf. My favorite... My favorite big Ds. Oh, you went there. You cheeky. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so everyone, give it a moment, okay? Think about it. You only get 3. Because let's just pretend that Frontier is gonna make a DLC for you with 3 dinosaurs. You could pick some scenery items as well if you want to take the homework assignment even further. What would be the 3 dinosaurs that Frontier would put in the DLC that they make specifically for you? That's fun. Also, Adrian Cry, anytime soon your audiobook is going to be released in ebook form? No, because I want to rewrite it to remove all of the Jurassic references. Because I'm pretty sure I won't be able to like publish it as an ebook as it is, because obviously it's using a license that I don't have the rights to use. So at the moment it's just my audiobook fanfic version. But I am working on a sequel, to whom it may concern. Charizard King, the Scorpius Rex is essentially what happens when Dr. Wu makes a hybrid when he's drunk. Rip. Alright, we're gonna go through some of the personalized DLC here. Okay. Sean Universe is the first one I see. Okay, so the personalized DLC for Sean Universe would be Sarcosuchus, Archaeopteryx, and Plateosaurus. Don Condor, second Plateosaurus mention, a second Deinosuchus mention. Someone else earlier said it. One of the big D's. And Mapusaurus, ooh. Untamable King, Deinosuchus, Smilon, Titanoboa. Monatalia says Shant, Plateosaurus, Deinosuchus. Okay, I'm detecting a bit of a pattern. Oh god, chat jumped. Okay, let me find my spot here. Parasaurolophus says Deinosuchus, Nothosaurus, Archelon. We have Glitzbox says Basilosaurus, Peak, Argentinosaurus, Plateosaurus again. We have Xenons, Shantongosaurus, Deinosuchus, and Ammonite. Ooh, interesting. Aquaflame, Plateosaurus, Thalassodromeus, Oxalia. Wow, a lot of people are saying Plateosaurus, and honestly, fair. Plateosaurus is honestly the one I see the most. Then it's Deinosuchus. Alright, Fletcher took the homework assignment. The next step, Plateosaurus, Archaeopteryx, Basilosaurus, and then a set of modular building stuff based on Gothic vibes. That's cool as heck. That is cool as heck. Another Mapusaurus mention from Toots McGee. Broadsaurus, Mapusaurus, Tarbosaurus. Archaeopteryx gets a fair amount of mentions as well. I get it though, again, because it has like that fossil significance. It's so well preserved. And also it is just really different to what we have. Okay, so what will be mine, right? I guess off the top of my head, for me, it would be Shantongosaurus, Deinosuchus, Microraptor. I'm sorry. Selfishly, I would choose Microraptor for obvious reasons. I feel good about that. Shantongosaurus, Deinosuchus, Microraptor. It's the one dinosaur that I still really want. It's a Croc is just my most wanted thing, and then Microraptor I feel like is really different from stuff we already have. Same as the Croc. Torian says mine will be Beepiosaurus, Basilosaurus. Oh no, I don't know how to say this. Brumistega? And no, you're just doing this on purpose. This is a hate crime in chat right now. Thrinaxodon? I feel like I've just summoned an ancient spirit or something. Oh, I mispronounced that. And again, those two cannot be separated because the Triassic cuddle. Alright, so I'm guessing there's some fossil significance there. I don't know how to say like 50% of things. Argentinosaurus gets a fair amount of mentions as well. That's interesting. Not like as a diss or anything, like all choices are valid, but you know, since we already have so many sauropods. Oh, Snowball Sniper, yeah, a big Dilophosaurus, but okay. If the DLC is only 3 dinosaurs, 3 species at least, not dinosaurs specifically, 3 species, you know, that leaves out room for the big dino. If we could throw a cosmetic in there, heck yeah. Heck yeah. It's the saddest fossil ever, says Toria. Now I don't even want to look it up. No, I don't want to. Sorry, I just saw Rob Earth say, I want Cocaine Mountain, and I just got myself demonetized. Actually, I said something, I said sales suicide earlier, so this stream is already so Jover, to use an old meme. Angelo Uteraptor says Cosmoceratops, Leviathan, and Icron Draco? Again, pronouncing things is not something I'm good at. One of the many things. Horror stories. Oh, that's a little bit off topic. And since we only have 10 minutes, honestly, that would be something I could talk about for a whole other stream. And with that, honestly, you know, once the next movie gets announced, you know, we're going to be doing our Jurassic Talk streams again, right? This was very much focused on Jurassic World Evolution. But we have been, you know, around the launch of Rebirth, we did, like, movie streams regularly, so you would be seeing the return of that, and we would talk all about it then. But I want to stick to Jurassic World Evolution 3 for this one. Cheers, our king says Platysaurus, Microraptor, and Hatzegopteryx. Fair. But Stegosaurus is up there, and y'all just bullying me with these names. You can look it up for yourself, guys. It's the most recent super chat. I don't know. No, actually, it's not the most recent super chat. But I don't know how to say that. No idea how to tackle that. We're gonna move on and pretend that I know things. On Table King, the one decoration items I need more than anything in the Rebirth DLC is a Godzilla-sized Snickers wrapper. Okay, so, okay. That's obviously a silly suggestion, right? But let's... Oh, the thing is, they wouldn't be able to get the license. No, hold on. Maybe they can, like via Universal. Obviously, Universal got the license, so maybe they can sort of pass that along to Frontier. But what would be fun is have like a vending machine with the Snickers branding, or a billboard with the Snickers branding, right? Something like that. Like some sort of Easter egg towards the Snickers wrapper would be absolutely goated. I would be down for that. That would be so funny. Sean says I want them to pretend Rebirth didn't happen. Rip. We'll see. Legacy Christie, accidentally sent the member message without a message. Oh no! I didn't even see it happen. Oh, maybe it's that one. And then removed it, went away. Oh, okay. I wanted to change mine. Nanotyrannus, Nanuqsaurus, Brontosaurus. Nanuqsaurus is popular as well. And Nanotyrannus is pretty base, you know, considering the recent discovery confirmation that it was its own species. So that's pretty cool. I was gonna do... I can say it now, because, you know, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I was gonna do like a dedicated Nanotyrannus build in Jurassic World Evolution 3 and just use the baby T-Rex for it. Just one of many things that I didn't have time to finish. Oh man, the struggle is so real. Holy Quack asks, Evo, do you miss having Stegosaurus in your parks? Not in the slightest. Like, I cannot overstate how much I don't miss Stegosaurus. And this is how I get myself cancelled. Rip. Hey, thanks so much for being here, Mr. Pilkington. I appreciate it. Sean Universe says, I feel confident we'll get Nanotyranus since it's such a hot topic right now. Maybe. Justice for Sigisaurus. I'm gonna block you real quick, okay? Do you miss Sinosauropteryx? Heck yeah. My little raccoon boys? Heck yeah. Can you... Nah, chat. Let's all have a moment of silence for baby Sinosauropteryx? I'm sorry, but maybe that's the reason why it's not included in the game yet. Hopefully, one day, but not yet. Because it would just absolutely murder us. It would murder us. Oh my god. Anybody who watched like my video on launch day where I just reacted to all of the babies, can you imagine if Sinosauropteryx had been in there? I would have literally just had my brain melt out of my ears, and that would have been the end. That would have been the end. Mr. Creeper suggests a Cenozoic expansion. Mammoth, Titanoboa, Glyptodon, Smilon, Amphision, again, pronouncing things is hard. Mastodon, Diprotodon, Lincoln and Dodo. All required in the new Cenobiodome to keep them in a proper temperature. That's pretty cool. Snickers decoration in your park equals no storms. No, your gates would just randomly open. Oh, hold on.
Yahoo!
That's a Yahoo. And Seiji is like that one kid who thinks he's in the friend group, but that friend group has no clue. Oh no! Oh, you just took it too far. You just made it personal as heck. Charizard King, you just made it personal as heck. Now I feel sad for Seiji. What about Jailopterus? Oh, Jailopterus would be so cute. Oh my god, baby Jailopterus, luminescent. No, are you trying to kill me right now, making me think about that? Is this a murder attempt? Are you for real right now? Oh man. Can you imagine the absolute outrage that would happen if Frontier adds the Anorognathus and not the Jailopterus? The absolute shitstorm that would be unleashed. Because... okay, maybe there's some Jurassic World Rebirth Anorognathus fans out there. Let me know. Hold up your hand in chat. I've literally only ever seen people dunk on the design. Seriously, I've never seen anybody say something positive about it. Yiki would be awesome, Toriano. I would really like that, yeah. No, I hate them. They look like aliens. Ugly frog. It was certainly a joy. Pretzel Coatlas likes it. There you go. We got some love for it. Am I excited to build for Aqualops? Nope. Alright, number 3 in this stream that I could get cancelled for. As far as small herbivores go, I'm good. Yes, I am the type of person... It's not even about size. But I specifically I'm good with the selection of small herbivores specifically. And the reason for that... I see people sort of dismiss it as, oh, you're just glazing carnivores, or, oh, you're just glazing big dinosaurs. No, it's not about that. Let's be perfectly frank here. The herbivores just don't do much in the game. And there is one of the herbivores that won't do all that much in the game. In Jurassic World Evolution 3, the carnivores just have the advantage of having more animations. They kill other dinosaurs, they kill goats, they kill guests. That's like 3 unique animations, you know, reused between some species, right? But still, that's 3 extra animations, behaviors that the herbivores just don't have. So, I'm very much a fan of herbivores. In fact, Redemption Arc? Who knows? My top 3 favorite dinosaurs are all herbivores. But in game, I don't need more small herbivores. And I'm talking like tiny, right? I'm talking Hypsy, Taco, Proto, Homalocephale, Microstratus. It's enough. We have enough. I'm not saying I would want to cut any of them. I'm just saying I don't need more of them. If that's what I'm gonna get cancelled for, well then that would have already happened, because that's what I said last Wednesday. But you know, something like Microraptor, super small. Would love Microraptor. Archaeopteryx, not my first choice, but you know, I would love to have Archaeopteryx. Because it will be new, it will be different. Sinosauropteryx is a carnivore though. I guess the tiny carnivores don't have more behaviors, right? So at least Sinosauropteryx is visually unique. It has that going for it. El just says never enough. And you know, fair, everyone has their own opinions, right? Microstratus is my favorite dinosaur in game, says me the coolerest. That's literally the only time I've ever seen that sentence, so that's not a dunk. That's like goated. You are the rare Pokemon. Too many that are too hard to see from viewing galleries or tours. Yeah. You know what? Oh, you know what would change the game? You know what would change my opinion on small herbivores? If they added like a way to quickly and easily make enclosures that are suitable for them. Hypsy wouldn't really be suitable for like a terrarium type situation or anything, but you know what I mean, right? Just do something. Just do something. Until they do something, I'm just gonna prefer something else. It ain't that deep. Vivariums would be really cool. I would also argue the flip side of it. I do think it would be one of those things that would be very cool for the first couple of weeks, but it is a static thing. I genuinely feel like it's one of those things that we would ask for and then really quickly just get bored with it. Maybe that's my I'm spitting out so many hot takes. It's like I want to get cancelled, honestly. I don't. I like being able to pay rent. Rent is not cool, but you know, having a roof is pretty cool. Hey, I'm Table King. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh, I just realized we are past time. Hello? Maybe we could get skin packs down the line. Oh, you've got my attention. Anyone who knows me knows I like skins. You know, like skins that we don't have. The Camp Cretaceous Spino. You might have lost me there. Lost World Pteranodon. And I'm back. Novel Dilo. I'm back so hard. Jurassic Park the game Troodon. That's a licensing issue. Novel inspired skins, who's with me? Heck yeah. Camp Cretaceous Spino, I don't see it. It's literally just a slightly more grayed out Spino? Question mark? But Lost World Pteranodon? Oh, now you're speaking my language. Novel Dilophosaurus? Please. Please. I feel like I would have to check the receipts on this, but I feel like I might have done a video back in the Jurassic World Evolution 1 days asking for a novel accurate Dilo. I know for sure I did it for Jurassic World Evolution 2 because I had this whole Jurassic Park Japan DLC idea. No, I'm mixing two things. No. I had the Jurassic Park Japan DLC and the novel pack. There you go. Oh. It would be so good. Taylor Spencer says, I think Bpiosaurus and Microraptor would be great because you would have One, a little fish-eating duck in a nutshell, with a little bug-eating glider for like a redwoods biome. I think both of those pics are really good, really different. That's what okay, so that's the last thing I guess I'll touch on, right? That's like the main thing I'm looking for in new additions to the game on the animal side of things. Just something different. Now, I'm gonna call out my own double standards here, right? Irritator, is it that different really? No. Osteraptor, is it that different really? Not at all. It's basically just a slightly different Utahraptor. And I love them nonetheless, don't get me wrong. If you jingle keys in front of my face, I'm pretty easy to please. But if you ask me on a moment where I'm emotionally disengaged and I'm not looking at the pretty Irritator desktop I have right now, if you ask me what direction should they go in with new animals, I'ma say they just need to go different. And that is why I am Team Cenozoics. I know, that's like the 6th hot take in the past half hour. But it would just be so different. Same with the crocs. That's why I want a croc. It's so different. And I really feel like that's where, you know, the shininess of the jingly keys is just a peak potential, you know? It just, if it's different. As much as I love having another Spinosaurid, and as much as I love having another Dromaeosaurid, something different would be so good. Alright. Do you guys have a final thought to share? In the meantime, chairs are king. I really appreciate it. You've been super generous. We need more skins and more cosmetic variants. I need the Rebirth Spino and the Indominus Rex Generation 2. I need them, Frontier. Indominus Rex Generation 2 is, I'm guessing, something from like one of the mobile games. The Rebirth Spino is obviously going to be in a Rebirth DLC. Like, okay, what's something embarrassing that we could wager? I would wager something embarrassing that we get a Rebirth DLC. What could we do? You know what? Here. You know, I'm thinking about next week, right? Next week is going to be a 13-hour stream because you'll have heard me say this. I refuse to do 24-hour streams. I don't think it'll be fun for me. I don't think it'll be fun for you if you join in while I'm 20 hours deep into a live stream. I will bet you this. I will do a 24-hour live stream. I will suffer. My eyes will burn out of my freaking eye sockets if we don't get a Rebirth DLC, because come on, obviously we're gonna get that. So yeah, there you go. I feel very confident that I will never have to do a 24-hour stream, so, you know. But yeah, next week, in case you missed the announcement at the start of the stream, we are now at the end of this one. Next Saturday, I'm gonna be doing a 13-hour stream, so 13 hours on December 13th. And unlike previous all-day streams, it's gonna be all Jurassic World Evolution 3. So, normally what I do is, sorry, I'm getting distracted by my moderator being surprised. This was announced. Anyway, sorry, that comment came on by and I was like, wait, why are we confused? What was I saying? Right, normally when I do an all-day stream, I would mix like Prehistoric Kingdom and the Isle and then Jurassic World Evolution 3. No. It's gonna be just a full day of a full day of Jurassic World Evolution 3. So if you're down for that, you can join in next week. And I'm gonna say the same thing I always say. A full day stream just means I'm gonna be there all day. You don't need to be there all day. I don't expect you to be there all day. That would be silly. just that I don't have a life doesn't mean you guys don't, okay? Okay. So the point of it is just that you can pop in whenever that works for your schedule. So I really hope that you'll just pop in, even if it's just to say hi and check my pulse. See how that's going. Maybe pop in with a random comments to keep me like, wake up, Evo, wake up. So yeah, I'd appreciate that. That's gonna be next week. Tomorrow is the members stream. Every month I do a member stream on the first Sunday of the month. So that's tomorrow. So the next time I will be available for all to see and to annoy you all collectively for 13 hours. It's gonna be next Saturday. Of course, in the meantime, we have an exciting week ahead of us. I finally get to reveal the mystery dinosaur in the free update, show you the babies. That's going to be awesome. I can show you my full showcase of all of the DLC content, all of the free update content. So yeah, exciting week ahead of us. I hope you're going to enjoy it. And that's it, I guess. Okay, Evo, you've done enough rambling. Stop it right now. Okay, I see one last message here from James. Thank you so much. I do think we're gonna get a Rebirth DLC in time. Have a great evening, Evo. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm not worried. I really think it's just inevitable. All right, let me say goodbye to you lovely folks. So, as always, I want to thank the Blue Neck crew first and foremost. I see Fletcher, Colt, we had Glitzbach, we had Guillermo, Sammy L. I think that was the crew of the day. But as always, to all of the blue names that popped up in chat and helped out, thank you so much. I also want to say thank you to the Green Name Army for the extra support on the channel. Some of the green names I see in chat right now are your average Milo drinker, Eldris, Sean Universe, Charizard King, we have Paris Zaralifus, Melissa Berenson, we have Ray Johnston, we have Wraith Guron, we have Malnatalia, Rob Earth, of course, Matthew UK, Luminescent, the Torian, the Torian, your average Milo drinker. I see James is still here, Legacy Christine 1993, of course. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be saying many more names, and then we're gonna be wrapping it up. And yeah, just again for me to reiterate, I really appreciate all of the support on the channel this week. It's been a lot of editing, but I appreciate that you guys tune in for the video. So yeah, thank you for making it worth it on my end. Honestly, I appreciate that. So here we go. We have Pretzel Coatlas, Gerard Contundo, Matt the Velociraptor, Reddick Studios. I see Sync84, Proximus is here, Swain Loken, Ignacio. We have Game New or Gam3. I don't know. Nuclear Goji edits, Toots McGee, Kevin Miller was here. I see Gareth Toy, Xenon, LeMonk, Untamable King, of course. Thank you so much, and you've been very generous. Thank you for that. William Holly was here. Nico Ludwig. We have Brooks Clan, the Red Indoraptor, Ruby Nikoyama. I see Charlie G. Rafa Miner, Raymond, D-Rex1985, Jan Polarski, thanks for joining. Dino Dude, the Grey King of War. Chat jumped, hold on, let me find my place. King S, Thomas Prowl, Gary Cooper, thanks so much for joining. We have Elena Grigor, Snowball Sniper, Hath from Space. At this point, as you can tell, I'm looking for names I haven't said yet. Enzo Augusto, Indo Edits, Tyrannosaurus, of course. Thank you so much. Jurassic Joe. We have Sydney Gottlieb. I see Angelo Utraptor and that's a cool sounding name. I'm gonna mispronounce it, but it sounds cool in my head. Okay, don't judge me for how it comes out of my mouth. It does sound cool in my head, but Zelvaroth? That's cool as heck. That's like aura farming in chat right now. I'm gonna end it with Sean Universe. Alright, folks. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and until next time, enjoy the game.